Okay, here's another Venn diagram problem, and it has to do with people. They ask people, do you like cats, dogs, or birds, or both, or all, whatever? So this is what they present to you. They present you this Venn diagram with a bunch of numbers in different sections that are overlapping and not overlapping. And there's even a number sitting out here by itself. So let's try to figure out what this all means. Let's see. I always usually start right in the middle. This piece where all three overlap, which means there's one person in this group of people that they surveyed that likes all three, likes cats, likes dogs, likes birds, animal lover, right? What about these 6 people here? Well, cats and dogs is overlapping. They like cats and dogs, but they're not in the bird area, so they don't like birds. I'm scared of birds personally, so I can relate. Let's look at another number. How about this 9? What does that 9 represent? Well, it's where cats and birds overlap. So they like cats and they like birds, but the dogs aren't included, so they don't like dogs. So they like cats and birds, but not dogs. So I think you can go through and try to figure these out. What about those 7? Those people, they hate cats, they hate dogs, and they hate birds. They don't like any of them. So there are people like that in the world, okay? So how many let's do part A. How many like cats but not dogs? How many like cats but not dogs? So you want to count out how many people are in the cat circle but not in the dog circle, right? That's how you can look at it. So let's see. In the cat circle but not in the dog circle. I think that's just that 6 plus 9, right? Would be these 2 groups here. How many like both birds and dogs? So you basically want where birds and dogs overlap. They don't mention cats at all. We don't care. So I think in that one, it's going to be how many liked both birds and dogs? I would say that's the 1 plus 7. But sometimes it's how they interpret it, too. They could say, they might interpret it as only like birds and dogs. So it's either going to be 8, or if it's interpreted that only birds and dogs, it would be that 7. So we may have to play around with that one on the. Sometimes you have to interpret the question, because my first inclination would be to add the 1 and the 7, but I think I remember the answer was just the 7. So you might have to look at that. How many liked cats? Well, I think that was not bad. I think basically you just have to add up all the numbers in the cat circle, right? So that would be 6 plus 6 plus 9 plus 1, which I believe is 22, I believe. Okay, and then the last question, how many were surveyed? All you got to do there is add up all the numbers. And don't forget this guy hanging out there, the 7 that don't like any of them. So you just have to do 6 plus 6 plus 9 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9 plus the 7. And you add those all up. I think I got a 52. So the only one I would be careful is on how to interpret how many like both birds and dogs. I thought it would be 1 plus 7, but I think the answer was 7 because the way they interpret it is they only like birds and dogs. Okay? So give it a shot, see how it goes. I hope that helped.